Welcome back to SwitchCorner. Here today I'm going to be breaking down every single trailer and announcement that we saw at the Game Awards tonight for the Nintendo Switch. If you do intend to watch the show and don't want spoilers for these things, I'd suggest you click away right now. I won't be talking winners, but I will show trailers for all the new games we did get to see. So without luck, hit subscribe if you love the Switch as much as we all do here. Join our growing family and let's get started. So the first announcement, it was Sea of Solitude. This one was released on PC, Steam, and nearly everywhere else, but it's finally hitting the Nintendo Switch, and this is a director's cut where they've basically reworked the entire game and then tagged it as the director's cut. I imagine they've probably, reworked that control scheme as well. This is an adventure game where you set sail on what seems to be a personal journey of a young woman across a land that is invaded with monsters. This is all a play on the idea of personal demons and those haunting memories that do stick with us. It was nominated for Most Impactful Game at the Game Awards 2019, so I am excited to check it out. With the Metacritic score currently sitting around an average of 70%, this should be good stuff. It looks like it could be perfect though, especially for some on-the-go gameplay. Next then we did get a stealth drop, and this was Shady Part of Me from Focus Interactive. This one, it's a shadow puppet adventure title that seems to have a heavy focus on its narrative, then that's kind of accompanied with some puzzle platforming. They're not giving too much away with this one, but I'm excited to check it out, and we'll have coverage here on the channel in the next few days. Topping this one off though, voice work, it is provided by Hannah Murray of Game of Thrones and Skins fame. So these two titles, they were both pre-show announcements, so they started definitely strong, but the first thing that happened as we hit the show, the new Smash character was announced, and while there was a ton of stipulation around characters like Crash, I was personally hoping for Keanu Reeves, we actually ended up getting Sephiroth of Final Fantasy fame, and he seems like a solid addition to me. A huge-ass sword, fast-paced, long reach. This should be a solid addition to an already incredible roster. Was you happy with this one though, or was you hoping for someone else entirely? To me, I think Doomguy would have been a very cool option as well. So while it wasn't stated specifically to be Switch, we did get an announcement from Fulbright Games for Open Roads. This was being published by Annapurna Interactive. They love the Switch. They've given us some serious masterpieces over the last few years, like Gone Home and then Kentucky Route Zero. This one, it gives me hints of something like Telltale Games would put out to the world. The reason I'm including this one though, Annapurna, they tweeted immediately after the trailer stating it's coming to Steam and consoles, so I think that's enough to give it a mention. The trailer gave us very little, honestly, other than basically a mystery setup around the grandma, this mysterious man, and finding a key inside a book. Looks good to me, and it's Annapurna, so that is immediately a day one purchase for myself. Disco Elysium got a trailer then, masterpiece game. I played it on PC. It's basically this isometric mystery RPG where you play a detective. This was announced some time back, but I have no idea how it will work on the Switch handheld, especially because it has a ton of tiny text and it's literally non-stop. I strongly suggest the game though, and they've added a ton to this edition, including now full voice work, which is crazy given the amount of dialogue. The trailer closed though with PS5 and PS4 tags on the screen, but they also announced a $250 collector's edition over at the amazing store that is I Am 8-Bit. I headed there to check it out, and there is a Nintendo Switch version of this collector's edition listed, so it seems we finally have our release date in March of 2021, and I gotta say, I'm really tempted by that collector's edition, even if it is like $250. Next up then, we got the incredible looking Endless Dungeon. It appears to be a looter of sorts, think like Diablo. Not really sure of what to make of the trailer, but I can tell you I really do like what I see. This one, it's coming though from Amplitude Games. It's set in the same universe of Dungeon of the Endless. It's advertising itself as a roguelike tactical action game where you basically recruit a team of shipwrecked heroes and dive into a long abandoned space station while protecting your crystal. This looks really cool to me, and I like the fact they've gone for like a action take on what Dungeon of the Endless gave us. I'm sure this will kind of appeal to a much wider audience. Nintendo then, they dropped a new trailer for Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. I was excited initially and then almost immediately disappointed. They basically just reminded us it was coming to the Switch soon, like we'd forgot for some reason, and they showed us a tiny bit of gameplay footage. Nothing new here though that we hadn't seen already in the trailer they gave us back in like September. So yeah, let's move on. Not an announcement really, but it was very cool. The London Philharmonic Orchestra, they did a medley of Mario songs to celebrate the 35th anniversary live from Abbey Road Studio. Check it out, it's well worth a watch. It was actually, like I said, pretty cool because these musical moments, they can so often be so cringeworthy. Never in a million years would I have guessed this next one. Evil Dead the game, it's coming to the Nintendo Switch. Looking to be an action third-person shooter with a chainsaw, of course. This is going to be a day one buy for me. Clearly not Switch footage shown here, that is for sure, but I can't wait. Looks amazing. Ash is a badass character. We of course have Bruce Campbell on voice acting duties, and for me, yeah, I cannot wait. I think this is an absolute must buy, and if they get that kind of like humour balance with the action, this could be a very good time. Then we did get the announcement of a Ghosts 'n Goblins remake. It's going by the tagline of Resurrection. I grew up playing this game, and how difficult it is still haunts me at night to this day. It seems it's basically identical with what they're considering a visual upgrade. I'm not personally sure how I feel about the style they've gone for. It kind of felt a little bit cheap to me. Either way though, look, as long as they keep the gameplay where it should be, it will still probably be a must play, and it's dropping February 25th, 2021. This was then followed by a tiny trailer for Capcom Arcade, which seems to bring together all their classics from 1943 to Street Fighter to Final Fight. A free download in February as well, but I think it's going to be a few games and then you pay for the extra ones that you do want, because they've got to monetize this thing somehow. While I'm on Capcom as well, they also showed an absolutely stunning looking new trailer for Monster Hunter Rise. I've linked it down below. Super Meat Boy Forever, it said Epic Game Store at the end of the trailer, but I'm really hoping this release date that we saw here, December 23rd, goes for all consoles. Feel like I've been waiting forever on this one. Looks incredible. It looks like they took Meat Boy to the next level, and I cannot wait now to check it out. If you've not played the original, it's basically a hard as nails platformer, but also gotta say one of the very best out there, and this one just looks like a serious expansion on the idea. The final three announcements then. Fortnite, first of all, it's getting a new character with the introduction of the Mighty Master Chief. Not really sure what else I can say, honestly. Halo meets Fortnite. There's even actually going to be then a Halo map dropping for Fortnite as well, where you can play Capture the Flag. And the final thing they announced, Daryl Dixon and Michonne, they will be playable characters from The Walking Dead as well. That is Fortnite done. I don't think any of it was a huge surprise, honestly. But then they also announced that Cascade was going to be supporting Season 2 of Rocket League with a whole host of tracks. Nothing major there, but I wanted to kind of point it out just in case you did miss that part of the show. And that's it for the Game Awards. I want to hear what you all thought of the show. What winners did you want to see which didn't win? Which games were you also though happy to see win? Most of all though, what did you think of the Nintendo Switch announcements we saw today? And I think going immediately to your buy list, I'm really tempted personally by probably, I gotta say, that Disco Elysium Special Edition, even if it is super expensive. Super Meat Boy Forever, I do hope we get to see in December. And then Annapurna with Open Roads. I love absolutely everything they do, so no doubt this one's probably gonna be the same. With that though, like, hit subscribe. We are quickly approaching 20,000 subscribers, so I really do appreciate the support. And then a shout out to the patrons of the channel as well. They go above and beyond to support SwitchCorner. It helps more than you know, so thank you all so much. If you do want to check that out for yourself, I have linked it in the video description down below. With that though, look, I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.